Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to look at the urban worm bag that has the African Nightcrawlers in it. So it's only been 10 days since we added the worms. We added a lot of cardboard, we added some different materials to it, such as some cocoa coir and some boxes in there to hold the moisture in. And it's time to take a look at it and see how it's doing and see if the worms have dug in. I was a little bit worried at first. I have to admit, I've been checking on this without the camera. And I was worried at first because they were not digging in for like a couple hours. And then all of a sudden, about 5 hours later, they were all gone, which is a great sign. I was a little bit worried at first though, but now it's time to take a look, see how this system is doing, see if the worms have moved around, and see if there's any castings in there. Since we cleaned them off, there shouldn't be any castings that we added, really. We had the lactic acid bacteria in there, and some crushed crab and eggshell. So that should help to balance out the system, but also add that bacteria that they need to eat instead of having to make it by adding dirt or anything. So hopefully they've moved in and they are starting to create some castings. But we're going to go take a look and see how they're doing in this system. All right, here's our urban worm bag. As I said, it's been about 10 days, or it has been 10 days since I added the worms to this system. We're going to go ahead and flip this open. The top, first off, very, very dry. This box in here also looks dry. I was hoping that would hold in some moisture. I'm not seeing anything on it. And as you can see, all the worms, though, are gone. Now, we're not going to need to add any food, or not say food, but cardboard to the system yet, obviously. You know, they're still going to be working at it. But let's just take a look here and see how this is doing. And see if we can see any of the worms in here. So inside, you can see right here, there's plenty of moisture. As we dig down a little bit into the system, I'm already seeing, a little bit of castings over here, it looks like. As I said, I didn't add any castings or dirt, and here's our first worm right here. Little lethargic, actually. Let me just check the temperature in here and see what the temperature is. So right here, if you can see it, it looks like it is 65 degrees. That is quite cool for these worms, which is probably why they're not doing much. And just for those if you want it in Celsius, it's 18 degrees Celsius. That is a little chilly for these worms. I think another 5 degrees and they really, really start to have issues and can die off. I don't have any way to heat this up, unfortunately, because, well, I don't have a heater that can go in here or, be that wet. So we did find one worm, but let's just kind of turn this around a little bit more. See if we can find any other worms in here. I'm wondering if they did go down towards the bottom of the bag, hoping that, oh, hold on, there's one right here. So there we go. We found one more worm in here. So we can just clear off some of the more of the cardboard. So I definitely think that they are lethargic in here. Hopefully as it warms up a little bit, they'll get more active. We've had a lot of temperature changes in this area. I live in Maryland. We had at one point it was almost 90 degrees, and then 2 days later it was in the 30s. I really thought we kind of were done with those really cold temperatures. Not seeing any other worms here. It looks like they might have gone to the sides over here, though. There's one right here, it looks like. This is cocoa coir, so we're going to be mixing that in a little bit there, but there's one worm right there. Hopefully you can see it right there in the cocoa coir. Put them right back in there. And that was just, the cocoa coir was just there to kind of add another layer of material for absorbing moisture. This material is a little bit dry, but there was moisture coming out the bottom, so I don't want to say that they're doing okay in here. They're surviving. Here's another one right here. This one, again, look how long these worms are, but very lethargic. I really think this cold temperatures in here are an issue. So for those of you that live in colder climates, you are going to need to heat them. I have my heater going on the other stuff. The problem is that the heat kind of varies so much, it can be a little bit difficult. But so we found a few worms in here. I don't want to dig in it too much. I really want to kind of let them settle in and see how they do. But, that's our update. So they are in here. They're working through. We can always add more worms if these do die off. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping this is as cold as it gets. It's been in the 30s lately and going up to 60. I'm hoping that eventually, as we get into summer months, it's going to warm up. My entire basement down here is going to warm up. This system will warm up with it. It'll get into the 70s to probably mid-70s max for Fahrenheit. Probably in the 20 degrees Celsius range or 25. And that'll take care, and this should warm up, and they should do nicely. I had them doing fine in a bin on my counter when the temperature was that range. So we're going to let this sit. I'm not going to add any water. It seems like there's plenty of moisture in here. The cardboard was wet. I don't really need it to be saturated because it'll just run out the bottom. We are going to add this back on top. I think this does help hold in, just a little bug it looked like flying there. This does help hold in the moisture a little bit better on that top section. And that's going to be our update for this week. We'll come back and keep checking on it. As I said, I'm really hoping that these guys turn into massive cardboard monsters in this system. I really need to start going through cardboard. I have a ton of these pizza boxes, as we get pizza almost every week. I've got a ton of cardboard, and cardboard is easy for me to come by. And I really need a lot of castings this year. I really need to, really want to work on my lawn this year with castings and some teas. So that's my hope this year. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know this is kind of a quick update, but we're just trying to see how these guys settle in here. So it's already been 10 days. We might wait another 10 days and check on them again. And hopefully then we'll see a different temperature than 65 degrees. So thank you for watching.